I know the president doesn't have public events today. He does have a number of meetings with policy teams, and that's often what he's doing behind the scenes. If he were standing here today, which I know he's always invited, is what you guys will say, but he would say we never give him any free time or any time to think, and that is probably true.
President Biden isn't getting enough time to think. The White House is facing backlash now for those comments, as records reveal 27% of his presidency has been spent in Delaware. Fox News contributor Lara Trump joins us now. Good morning to you, Lara.
Good morning, Ainsley. And can I real quick just say a very happy birthday to my husband, Eric, today. Happy birthday, honey. Everybody sent him messages.
Happy birthday,
Eric.
so
happy birthday.
Oh, we are so glad you were born, Eric. Happy birthday. You're a great husband, great father, and a great son. So we wish you the best. All right, let's talk about what's happening in the White House, because Jen Psaki is saying that he needs time to rest. 27% of his presidency in Delaware on vacation. What do you say to that?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I do have a quick news flash for Jen Psaki, I guess Joe Biden and the entire administration. You don't get time off when you are president, Ainsley. I mean, this is just basic stuff here. Obviously, we knew Joe Biden would not have the stamina necessary to actually execute the office of President of the United States. And here they're telling us even with 95 days spent vacationing, 27% of his time on vacation as president, it's still too much for this guy. He cannot handle it. And unfortunately, you see the result. You see that everything in America has basically been downgraded since Joe Biden took office. You compare where we are in America now in 1 year in office with Joe Biden versus Donald Trump's first year in office. Do you know that within the first year in office with Donald Trump, we had passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, resulting in the biggest tax cut in American history for the people of this country. Donald Trump put in place something the first year in office where for every regulation that he implemented, 22 were rolled back. So 860 regulations rolled back year one of the Trump presidency. It resulted in businesses flourishing, businesses wanting to come to America. And then just a very small thing, eradicating ISIS happened year one of the Trump presidency. So the difference couldn't be more obvious whenever you look at the two presidents. You don't get time off, Joe Biden, as president of the United States.
And think about Afghanistan, think about the border. We've seen a 110% increase in apprehensions of unaccompanied minors at the border. He's telling border agents not to arrest the human smugglers. He's not taking many questions from reporters. He hasn't taken a question since last Friday. Didn't answer questions on Monday or Tuesday. We have record high COVID numbers. And then he took the day off to write his speech that he's going to give today on Capitol Hill. Now, if you look at the number of one-on-one interviews, Joe Biden has given 16 as of December 22nd. President Trump had given 72 at that point in his presidency, and Barack Obama 155. Why do you think they're taking him to Delaware, keeping him there for 27% of the presidency, and not putting him in front of the camera?
I think it's pretty obvious, Ainsley. Joe Biden cannot handle this position. We know that every time he's in front of a camera, if he's not scripted, they're trying to get him out of there because he's a liability to the entire administration. Unfortunately, he's a liability to our country. At this point, he is bumbling through everything he says. He does not inspire confidence for the American people. Certainly, our adversaries around the world are looking at Joe Biden and saying, man, this guy does not have it together. So they probably want to keep him hidden. Hey, they did it the entire campaign. He was allowed to campaign for president out of a basement. He was never pressed on anything, had his ice cream photo ops, and then he went back down in the basement. So this is nothing new. They do not want Joe Biden out in front of the cameras. They don't want Kamala Harris out in front of the cameras either. So no one out there representing America, nobody really answering questions for anybody. Unfortunately, it's to the detriment of the American people.
Thank you, Lara, for coming on. Happy birthday to Eric.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.